Hi, my name is Adam Fedorciow. I'm the head coach here at Core Fitness Club in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. A bit about me and my background before being here where I am right now. I worked been in the industry for the last 10, 11 years now. Worked from an array of different backgrounds and different organizations. So working in professional sport, working for very high-end hotels and gyms in central London. Had my own little private business working with general population athletes. Worked with universities as guest lecturer, coming in doing different lectures on supporting the masters and the undergrad programs on sport rehabilitation and strength and conditioning. And then developing the athletic sort of development program for Harrow School in North London. So a very varied background, but my sort of background in terms of what I studied was more in sort of sport rehabilitation, injuries and that side of things. And I got into the PT world, strength and conditioning world off the back of that, as that was kind of more my direction rather than going into more the physiotherapy sort of world. But now I'm here in Jeddah, been here for the last year and working with general population from sort of high net worth individuals, sort of top 1% of the 1% of society here in Saudi Arabia. So before I went on to I found Tom basically and came onto the mentorship. I was very fortunate to have some great mentors when I was younger, and my sort of rehabilitation, my strength knowledge was very strong. But I didn't know much about conditioning, my energy system, and I kind of wanted to find out more about that. So I spent a long time sort of searching and wanting to find out more about that. And at the time, I'd done a lot of PICP and I'd done Poliquin courses, and I've read a lot of his blogs and his articles, and there was a name that just kept cropping up all the time. And it just happened to be Tom Crudgington. So I was like, wow, he's only in Bath, and this was the only coach that Poliquin recommended in the whole of the UK. So I was like, well, that's probably the guy to go see. So, signed up for his mentorship, the AOM at the time, and then it's 5 years later now. So it was a big commitment, but it was the best investment I made in terms of my coaching career and everything else. It just taught me so much. Tom refined everything about my knowledge and made it more concise, more professional, how to deal with different clients and how to go from being a trainer to a better coach. And that's the sort of big thing that a lot of people don't transition to and from. They stay as a trainer and don't ever transition to becoming a coach, a leader of people and giving people direction. So I've been working, for the last 4 years. I was going down before I came here, going down every weekend for the last year, just learning, sucking in knowledge, and making the most out of it, and challenging what I know every single day to make me a better coach. And that's all down to the thanks of Tom. So being part of the membership is more than just a course, just getting knowledge and applying it. It's the mentorship that Tom provides and has been providing for the last over 10 years now is all about building a network of people, of trainers, nutritionists, functional medicine, soft tissue people, just connecting. And that's one of the massive things that I've really gained from the mentorship, as well as obviously all the coaching knowledge. It's just having a network of coaches to talk to whenever you want, and be able to call someone up about this, a specialist on that, this person refer here, refer there. And it's a real community that Tom has built over the last 10 years, and it's something that is networking and reputation is something that's priceless, and it's something that you don't really get on any other courses as well. The second thing would be that with Tom has very, very high standards, and he expects a lot from the people on his course. He expects them to get stuck in, do the training, do his style of training, feel it, understand it. Which again, many courses are just online now, and they just tell you, look, just do a bit of this, do a bit of that, try it if you want. It's like, no, you have to get stuck in, you have to feel it, understand it. You cannot sell what you don't own. So if you've never done it, you never tried it, how can you expect your clients to understand and do it and go through with the programs that you're providing them? So networking, becoming a much better coach, and how to manage all different types of personalities, groups, all this sort of stuff, refining everything you think you know. And the other thing would be kind of a balance to training and lifestyle and how that works. Tom has really introduced that sort of yin-yang approach to your training, your nutrition, your lifestyle, everything. And it's something that I still apply and has worked for me really, really well and stopped me from getting injured. You know, I used to have a lot of injuries, and applying a lot of these different techniques from different cultures of training, and this fusion, this hybrid, is what Tom has created with his system. Has really helped me as personally, but also my clients. You know, he teaches you, he gives you tools for you to put into your toolbox, and teaches you when and how to use these toolbox at what time with what person and where and when. And these are things that, again, no other courses teach you this sort of stuff. So it's really, really powerful. You know, not only for that side, but to build out your toolbox, because that makes the more answers you can give to questions, the more powerful and the more value you're going to have as a coach moving forward. Yeah, in terms of, I mean, the mentorship has got me where I am today. You know, and you know, the last 5 years, Tom has helped build me up massively. The course, the mentorship, and what Tom brings, his energy, his passion, has, you know, helped me a lot in the last 5 years, and I wouldn't be where I am now without Tom, for sure, and being part of such an amazing project here in Saudi Arabia, and that's down to Tom, you know, and always being able to, like I said before, always being able to have a network and people to talk to. The benefits are unbelievable, and, you know, and one sort of case of this is when I was working back in the UK, and again, like I alluded to with toolboxes, you can just, some people don't always like doing the standard barbells and dumbbells sort of based training, but being able to give people different calisthenics works, or working on mobility, or capoeira, or tai chi, or all these things, like you have so much more variety of training, and it's not just a kind of one size fits all approach, which is massive. So I mean, for me, mentorship, I'm still doing it. It's the most powerful thing that, and the best investment I've ever made as a coach. Full stop. In the last 10, I spent a lot of money on courses in the last 10 to 11 years. Yeah. So for you young coaches who are looking to, you know, invest in courses and everything else at the moment, you know, for me, the BD mentorship is a no-brainer. It's an absolute must for any young coach, especially if you've been in the industry for 3 to 5 years. You found your feet. You've been in the trenches a little bit, trying stuff that you're learning. But if you want to take it up a notch, and it can be a bigger step, you know, a big step for some people, then the BD mentorship is a no-brainer. And, you know, it will, like I said before, it will really refine you as a coach, make you a much better coach. And again, it will increase the number of tools in your toolbox, but then also how to apply those tools to your clients at the right time, with who, and all this sort of stuff. And this is invaluable. You know, Tom has been the coach of coaches for the last 25 years. And, you know, instead of, you know, again, a lot of trainers, especially in this sort of day and age, are spending a lot of money on their courses in terms of marketing, and they're spending a lot on business stuff, which is great, but they're not refining their art, which is coaching, you know. And they get too involved in all these other bits and pieces, but they're still a trainer at the end of the day. They have nothing more to give as a trainer. And the problem with that is then you have a lot of trainers run into issues of retention. You look at Tom, he's had most of his clients for 20 odd years. I had my clients for 10 odd years back in the UK, because you become a coach. Trainers just pick up the stopwatch, ready, set, let's go, do the exercise. Coaches know how to manage peaks and troughs and flow and all this sort of stuff. The more art side of coaching is where most people lack the side of. And, you know, you may get all these leads and business coming in from all the marketing, business, you know, the stuff you're doing, all the business development stuff you're doing, which is great. But how do you keep them there? How do you build a foundation of clients and build a proper business? That's what they don't teach you. And, you know, instead of having to always try and find and, you know, Facebook ads for new clients and all this sort of stuff, if you're a good coach, you should be able to keep them, you know, for a long, long time. And that becomes being able to lead. And Tom teaches you how to become a leader and how to lead people with their health and their fitness and everything else. So that's a really, really important thing. You know, too many people just want to automate, set it on automatic, and then the computer does everything. But people miss, and they appreciate and they value that in-person connection. And they value you being a leader and being able to direct. So everyone needs a coach, but it's can you direct them in the right direction? And that's where people suffer a lot of the time. So for any young coach there, you're looking now at courses and you want to invest in something, then the BD mentorship is a no-brainer.